top of the tank. Sniping. There's one.
I bet you that was him who just killed me again. I put money on it. Yeah.
He's right there, he's right there.
What? Not that.
I say throw a Molotov in there.
Alright. There's one at yellow building.
Yeah, there's a dude sniping behind you, so be careful, bro.
Less than a minute.
He's trying to come behind you.
Oh, dude still sniping behind you, bro.
Ooh, this
Put it
dude's
behind
using
you,
no
we've got work
scopes
to do.
too, so like I give him some props.
Oh,
Oh wait, never mind. This is the wrong dude.
It's fucking Tracy.
Bro, I'm telling you, this guy.
Switching sides.
He killed me.
He killed everybody.
Search and destroy.
Almost. Like, he killed almost our whole team by himself.
Alright,
Damn,
I
yeah.
got something.
No, he's definitely aimbot, bro. I'm not stupid.
Target ID. Get to the bomb and move in. We
Y'all
have the
really
bomb.
need to just like move as one.
Oh my god, I'm already dead.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll shoot you
no.
first. Definitely use an aimbot.
No, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Like I just watched that shit. He was nowhere near that shit. He's using an
I just died.
That's what I was saying, bro.
Less than a minute.
Damn! I should have hit fire his ass.
You're the last
I
man
should have hit
standing.
fire his ass.
Tell us next round when you
Nah,
need to
bro,
like
close.
move.
God dang. This game is ridiculous.
Alright, let him do this shit.
Time's up. Move your asses.
I know you don't have cold-blooded on, so.
He's up top. Wait, look up top.
You gotta do
I saw
something.
somebody.
You got 10 seconds, bro.
They gotta get bombed. They don't have bomb.
Yeah, he doesn't have the bomb. So I'm like, you gotta rush him. Either way, we're
We're
gonna
making
lose
a
the
strike
round.
for him.
Like,
Keep at him.
Oh damn, I didn't know we'd lose the round. I don't
Yeah.
play Surge, I play Cyber.
evidence tomorrow morning?
Yeah, I thought we were playing cyber. That's why I didn't go for the bomb. My bad.
we would have lost just now if we were playing
Mic
Cyber
off.
Tech.
Right,
Mic on.
right. But we would have got draw though,
Target.
or both would have got points. Yeah.
We have the bomb.
Mic
Move.
off.
Don't do it, kid. I'm nice, bro.
Enemy UAV overhead.
No way.
Get back to
You
your
watch
watch.
I'm at 2-3 ready for drop.
Somebody sees me.
Dude, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm probably not involved with this again.
Mic on.
gone.
Yeah, it's confirmed. He's definitely a button.
That's what I'm saying.
He's doing that,
Portal.
yeah, he's doing that, auto aim headshot thingy.
Yeah, like he fucking marked my shit from halfway across the map. He's to your right. He's in.
I saw him.
He's in.
Mic off.
No.
Oh, that was. Ugh.
30
You're right.
seconds. Time's up. Move your asses.
He really just flashed you.
It probably feels like he's.
Hostile strike incoming. Take cover. Learn from the loss.
His
Come back
kill.
harder.
That's hilarious. Took his kill, bro. Like. Wow. Took his kill. That's so dirty.
That sucks.
Alright, boys, I'm about to go level up this AK.
I'm about to hop off.
Alright, guys.
I'll
Just
catch you
get at me
later.
when y'all ready, man. Just holler at me. Alright, y'all be easy, man. Good game.
Sir, you
Mic
too.
on.
Oh, yeah.
You still in here? I'm about to invite somebody else then. You gotta fix that mic.
Yeah, I know, man. I was just turning it on to let y'all know that I'm sorry. I bought a cheap ass mic and shit just so I could be able to talk. My shit broke as fuck, bro.
Oh, you cool.
Hey, at least he's honest though. People be like having bad mics and be like, "Yo, that ain't me." I don't know what y'all talking about. That ain't me.
Yeah,
Like,
that ain't me.
come
That's
on,
why
bro.
I didn't say shit earlier when they were like, "Yo, skits." I just cut that shit off.
I ain't gonna lie, I paid about 160 for mine.
he said only.
But what's up with you, Trix, nigga?
What's up, bro?
What's good?
Man, I had a long day, bro. I just got back
Why you
from.
say that?
I just got back from eating some Texas Roadhouse.
Alright, who y'all still got in here?
Yo, wait. What happened to everybody? Just 4 of us?
Everybody left.
Panther, everybody bounce?
Oh shoot.
They don't bounce.
Yeah, my bad, bro. I was having complications, dude. I really want to restart my PC because my game is being weird, dude. Like I was lagging. Like I was like, what the? That dude with the pistol last round? Come on, man. Come on, man. I mean, he made it straight obvious, bro. Come on, like, could at least look like you were trying.
Hey, Skits, your shit is white boy 12344. We done lost him again.
Right. Shoot.
No, he's still in the party.
That's what's up.
We still got, let me see, hold on. So many fucking people out here.
Right.
Got 64 people playing right now on Call of Duty. Shit. Yeah, Ralph was on, man. He got off though. And then
Yeah.
Speedy's on, but Speedy, I don't know what he.
Nah, he kind of just does his own thing, bro. When he plays, he plays. Like, he's just grinding for challenges. And sometimes he only likes certain game modes. Like, there's a couple people I play with, bro, but, like, they play modes I don't like. Like, I'm not really a fan of, like Ground War, really. Like, it's cool, but I don't know, bro. It's just die too fast, and then it's, like, too many players.
Right.
It's a cool addition, though. I think it's nice that they added it, but I think they tried to be like Battlefield too much and just didn't work out.
Let me see if my nigga Mike wants to get on here. There's a lot of people playing Call of Duty on my stuff. Alright, we're searching for match now. So. Hey, Black Panther, you still with us, bro?
Yeah.
Alright, let's get it.
Oh wait, there's another free bundle?
Is there? I didn't even notice that.
Like, I love how it tries to get you to click everything you buy first before it shows you the free.
So,
I don't see it, bro. What the hell are they talking about?
Alright, let's get it.
Alright, let's do this.
$64 fucking people playing Call of Duty.
What, on your friends list or in the world?
Nah, friendless, but there's a whole bunch of bad chicks that probably ain't gonna want to play in a party.
Well, you can't blame them, bro. A lot of times, I'm not trying to be mean, bro, but dudes, they be getting thirsty online, bro.
They be thirsty, bro. Like I hear
know.
girls on here, and like a lot of times they're like, man, I actually like playing with you because you know you ain't
Hey, I
making all
heard
these
bad
jokes
chicks.
and
I had
stuff.
to turn the mic back on.
See?
Listen, I literally got 60 of them, bro. Right now playing.
Play Ground War, bro. Just with
I don't
them.
think they're gonna do. I don't think they'll do the party thing though. Unless, let me see. I'm gonna see if they accept that.
Nah, I'll turn it off once the match starts, though.
Sounds like you got the...
It definitely does.
That or you got your vibrator on high.
Or
I heard I got a lot of bad chicks. I'm like, yeah, swipe back on.
Viper now swiping.
Hey, listen, all you gotta do is go to my profile, look at my friends, and you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about.
Bro, I just checked your activity feed. I see some cheeks. I see some watermelons.
Yeah, you see that?
You better be careful, bro. Make sure they ain't bots, bro. Trying to hack your Xbox Live account.
They voice matches their pictures, bro.
Hey, I can sound like a chick too, bro. I got voice mod, transformer.
Yeah, but they can't fake it on the webcam, though.
I'm like, oh my god, stop it.
Yeah,
Fake
he's
it on
right.
the webcam. All you gotta do is go to the live stream.
Right.
Hours later, I finally responded to this girl. I'm doing a good job, guys.
Yo, we got this. Come on. What we playing, Cyber? All right, let's go. Let's bring this back.
Oh, look, somebody did.
Hut one, hut two. Let's go. Move it, move it. All right, boys. We got this.
Enemy EMP undetected. He must not reach the data center.
Yo, there's somebody sniping, baby.
Are we playing cyber attack again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Diddles. Appreciate you joining the game. I didn't know if you was gonna join because I'm in a party, but.
Hello?
Yeah. Because we won't be able to
He
hear
has
you
arms
if
at
you ain't
EMP.
in the party.
Oh, no, you're good.
Damn, you guys are all down?
Jesus Christ. They all over the place.
Oh, we got one across the map. I can't get him. We can't get it in time.
Who
It's-
can? Come over there, bro. Nah, I wish.
I'll at least try to get one more kill.
I had to invite Mike to the party and stuff, but he's on
Cyber attack.
I think PlayStation or computer, so I gotta wait till we get out done with this so I can invite him to the party.
Oh, it'll be quick. When I play COD, I'm a minute man. We got this. We'll win this round real fast.
Right side, I'm about to snipe everybody. And my control batteries are low.
I'm going left. Yeah, man, my shit be dying fucking quick, man.
Mine too, bro. I've been playing for like 20 minutes. Your control batteries are low. What you mean? I charge this thing all night. But you get me back.
No fucking way, dude. Deadass.
Oh no, he's to the left.
I'm grabbing this bomb. Oh shit! There's two of them right at the bomb. It's crazy because I was smoking the whole time. I didn't see him. As soon as I
Enemy EMP en route. They must not reach the
No,
data
every
center.
time there's always two running down mid, so someone wants to push with me next round.
I fucking hate it. I got you.
Dude, I literally just played this map.
EMP device activated.
Play again.
Disarm it.
Shit, I'm at 0.
You are the last. Fight or die.
Oh shoot, I got revived. I didn't even know, bro. I was in a different world.
Panther!
Ow! I did not get revived just to die again. Get off me. They be on my ass.
Good shit.
Care package ready.
They really trying that hard.
Yeah, there's.
Where you going, boy?
Hey, you tried to shoot my ass shit.
Man, I tried. Hey!
I don't hard scope, bro. I quick scope out. If I hard scope, I probably kill him.
Yo, what the heck? What up, Magic? What up, man? Welcome to the channel, bro. Nice to have you here. Why does everyone have to hack J13? I know, bro. It's annoying, dude. It is annoying, bro.
This time. It's probably most likely.
I'm changing classes, bro. I'm putting on the 100 round. And the pump shotgun.
Retrieve the device.
Heck yeah. I don't even know scope no more. I just butt scope because trying to hit headshots, I'll be missing too much.
What you talking about, son?
Enemy
Ow.
EMP incoming. Defend the data
Lord,
center.
I'm about to get lit. Somebody sniping me back. I'm sniping.
Copy that. Dagger 2-5. Ready to drop.
Good over there, Trix.
Alright, I'm gonna try to get this.
Yeah, I put big vertical down there, so it should be this.
Shield turret ready to deploy.
Close. There's somebody running, but I don't know if...
They're reviving each other.
No, you fucking pussy. He sniped me. He's right outside the window I died at.
Alright. We got somebody planning the bomb. We got a
Device
few people in
activated.
the house.
Disarm it.
God dang, I'm playing the bomb every time.
We got a few people in the house. Damn, how the fuck?
Shield turret.
Damn. It's your turn to... He tried
Use
to
that,
flash.
use it.
Disarm the EMP as well. You're back online.
Whatever, I got it defused in this one.
Nice, nice.
My God.
Good job.
Okay, Diddles, I see you in first place.
Jada, hush. Right? Oh my god, I'm not live over there? What the heck happened?
I'm just joking. Let me stop.
Give me a sec,
Nah,
guys.
it's
Yo,
up,
no, because I was lagging,
Man.
man.
Squad, I can't be fucking at the bottom.
My God.
Hey, Chaos, what you doing out there, bro? What the
Hey,
hell?
I know.
You still got no kills.
Retrieve the
bro.
device.
What you be
That's
doing,
crazy,
man?
Man.
Yo, like almost every round, this man start off with 0 kills, then he end up in the middle of the freaking leaderboard.
There's 3 running to the bomb.
I got one.
You have the device. You are data center.
No fucking way. One rush behind me.
Oh shit.
Wow.
He definitely shitted on me.
Not without aimbot, bro. I don't care.
Alright,
Okay,
alright.
I watched that happen.
Right.
Let's go, Wakanda.
Yo, so I saw the
I said I had to clutch up and then I died first. Good one, right?
Hey, y'all still doing it.
nice. Oh. You got one more on your left. Nice, nice.
They're hurting. Send them home.
Get out of here.
You guys are honestly some of the worst players.
Oh, they're talking poop poop. They talking doo doo, bro. Let's wipe their mouth with toilet paper. Let's go.
Got worked.
Shit, it look like they wiping my face with that toilet paper. Shit.
At least, oh god.
Listen, this is horrible, bro.
It's all good, bro. Oh, good, man.
Usually I have at least about 6 kills before this bitch ass board. At the least, shit.
I just straight freaking lose, though.
I feel like I'm playing Wheel of Fortune. I can't buy a dollar for shit.
Oh, one up top. Man, all I heard is explosions everywhere.
My God.
How you do it, Trix? How I do what? Wait, what? How I do what? What?
I literally couldn't do shit right
What is going on up in here?
I can't buy a dollar for the life of me. What?
My God.
How you do it, bro? Get out of here. Get on that wall. Kiss it.
Damn.
Come up there and kill me. My Claymore got my back.
Listen, this game is pretty much. Oh, I might as well be on medic, nigga. What? Fuck. This is just. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I'm gonna push hard right if I don't get fucking sniped.
Device secured.
Use somebody. Finally. Oh my god, are you shitting me? What the fuck? He was right in
All my
front of me.
plans are delayed right now, man. Freaking remote control, whatever you call the thing.
Well, switch the batteries, man.
Nah, it's a charging one.
There's a kid running up in the house.
Oh, there's one by G's tank.
You know what's fucked up? I can afford $160 fucking headset, but I never bought no rechargeable battery.
It'd be expensive sometimes.
Oh! He's on the second floor. How do you do it, Trix? I watch my own replay of Clash Royale. What are you talking about, Magic? Ooh. Yeah, that hacker that last match. Yo, you saw that, bro? That's crazy, bro. Yo, that is crazy. Yo, my PC's being weird. Am I lagging?
I'm literally camping in a fucking.
Man, I need to restart my PC, man.
Scared.
As much as I don't want to, I'm gonna have to restart my. I'm gonna have to play this on Xbox, man. Cause this.
I'm looking at your screen. You going so fast.
Yeah, he didn't even hide it either. Nah, he was pretty honest about it. He was pretty open. He said, "Nope, I'm gonna let it happen. I'm gonna let it happen."
Middle of the street, man.
Oh,
They're all lit.
yo, wait, we had a full party. What?
All of
Yo, yo, how many people do we have in our party?
Right there to
1 minute remaining.
They're all
Oh
about
hell no, he's sniping.
Every
I'm not
single
telling him that.
One downstairs.
Oh, all night Mike can't hear me, but yeah.
Yeah, I know I gotta get to the party after this.
Yo, they all. Bro, that's why you put on that.
Oh, that reload.
Right there, he could have killed them all. if he had
No,
them
you
around.
gotta. Hey, damn, yeah, he.
We have armed the EMP.
Oh.
Yeah, he can't hear us.
You can't hear us, but
They
I
disabled our
hear
EMP.
him, though.
They're making us fight for it.
Yeah.
Give it to them.
I can hear him to the left.
Damn,
I
dude.
need to get him on a
My
party
fault.
chat.
Switching
after
sides.
this. Your fault. It's my fault.
No, I blew
Cyber
that shit,
attack.
dude. I don't know why I reloaded. I had like 18 bullets
Shit.
left, and by the
You
time I
did
fucking
good as
Y'all all gotta get
Nah.
the 100-round drum on a kilo and just spray people down.
Retrieve the device.
That's what you do,
I'm
man.
too set in my ways. I don't know about trying a new gun out at this point.
Mic off.
Yeah, the reported is real. You know what it is? What it is, man. It is what it is.
It's like that's not a cyber.
Yo, my game is running good, but not my OBS. My OBS is being weird, yo.
That's the problem.
Right.
I tried out this.
You got haters everywhere.
And I'm dead. Broken down.
Yeah, I got him.
God, this thing has too much recoil. Jesus.
Jeez.
Mic on.
Scared the crap out of me, my own teammate.
Who's burning?
Enemy cruise missile.
Oh Lord, that's gonna hit me.
Oh! Yeah. My OBS is being stupidity, dude.
Well, I want to see how stupid
You know
it's
what?
gonna be.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Up top, though.
Yeah, he's by where our spawn's at. Damn, I can't even tell him to watch it.
We have the device. Attack the data center.
There's a kid on me. Fucking bitch.
They're hurting. Send them home.
You got him?
Yeah, I had to pick my C4 back up and check it behind him. Grabbed it right here, so hold it.
Oh.
I don't know why it's not working.
Yo, he got me scared. I went to go.
Nah, not really, Jay. Honestly, dude, this is the best I found.
I was like, no way.
I know what it is. Just I'm about to change a couple things on it.
Retrieve the device.
You know what the biggest problem is? It's my multi-monitors. I'm gonna have to change it up, man. Like, cause I'm running 3 monitors. I can't be doing this, trying to stream, play games at a high refresh rates, different resolutions. This is what's screwing me up right now.
Bro, what's this lag?
Damn.
Yeah, there's.
Is he back right? Back right side? Middle?
No, there's
Kid sniping now.
The enemy has the EMP. Defend it.
I saw one of them.
see that right ass laser. I'm gonna sit there and throw
Hey.
Oh, what a pistol!
Rush him like
The enemy has the EMP. Defend the data center.
on the next one.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. It's the problem is FPS. I'm gonna have to play this game at low FPS. That's the only way.
Take a breath. We're going back in.
what the fuck?
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
What type of gun was that?
You know, I wonder.
Gatling gun, nigga?
Switching sides.
Like, I think it's Windows 10, bro. I'm having issues. My computer, literally, my computer went crazy a little while ago. I had to roll back a graphics driver. This might be a GPU driver issue.
Device
I'm gonna
location
take cuts. I'm
confirmed.
put on a sniper
Now.
in my M4. And got it with this last time.
Yeah, same shit here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, dude. I can't.
I know. I did.
I killed one of them. I know. I saw you. I saw you shoot.
Going into the
Device
window.
secured.
Where these dudes at? Over there by Alright, I'm gonna go try playing bomb. Just
Yeah, there's only one kid left.
oh, he's over there resin though. Where did you guys kill these people at?
Trade across.
Alright, yeah. Y'all got the last kill, I believe in you. I'm gonna go plant bomb. I'll try.
Oh man, beast mode. Right.
Device planted. Secure the area. Got the sentry gun on station. Emergency airdrop available.
Let's go, we got this.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
Mic on.
No, I ain't playing around, bro. I went in with the Dominite chest, Dominite Kelber vest.
I didn't even drop 24 in a TDM. Like, what?
Now, this dude kept getting 30 something every match. This dude was getting 30 something. I was playing with.
Yeah, I
him.
can't really.
Yeah, let me get Mike on this party chat.
Woo! Look at all them kills on some cyber attack though. Ooh!
Go ahead.
Alcoholic. Started playing
Mic
Monk.
on.
I don't even know who that is, man.
Yep, right.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy out here.
Well, he's
Alright.
already in the game, so why is it telling me invite to game? Did he leave already?
Hold on. There's 4 of us. Wait, are we missing?
Yeah, Mike. Not letting me.
Well, Mike was a random though, right? We had diddles.
Yeah, no. I invited Mike. It's just I can't. For some reason, I can't do the party chat with him. He's on PlayStation.
Oh, well, yeah, no, you won't be able to.
I just bought a chopper with 100 rounds.
He'll have to be on the American servers to join party chat.
Better sound.
Let me see if.
Hey, that was raw.
Bro, I'm sick with these bars out here. You gotta be freestyling.
Do you have any candy bars?
Nah,
Yeah,
if I did, I
yeah.
probably would've ate them already.
Actually, I think I played against him with
See what this girl wants. What do you want?
Damn, Mexi. Calling card's cool as fuck. Thanks.
This girl, what do you
Top
need,
shots.
bro?
Hello.
Yeah.
Your quality, Joe.
Nap time.
Yeah,
Mic
Mike.
off.
Right, that's exactly what we're saying, guys. That's exactly what's going on right now. Oh yeah.
Marcus was singing the party by himself.
Yeah, it's the game. This game, I get major spikes, guys. Like my CPU spikes up and my hard drive spikes up. Big time.
Alright, let's get this.
Day Magic, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I really do, guys. I couldn't do this channel without you guys. I'm gonna have to look over and see who my mods are. Oh, that doesn't work.
Did he join the game? No, he still can. Mike is still
Cyber
here.
attack.
I got
Take the EMP and shut down the enemy data center.
Yeah, you're in a different game. Here, let me back out. Yeah, I'm gonna back out, guys. All right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Everybody's having this.
He wasn't in our party, that's why.
Yeah. Diddle's not.
Alright, I got one kill, so you can back out now if you want.
Alright.
Got him.
Yeah, my bad. All right. Let me know if everybody's in here.
Mic on.
Charles White man. Let's see, I got well my
Everybody's
KD
here?
is ugly.
Thank goodness I'm not the only chick on the team. Hey, I gotta show the women some love, man. Like guys always picking dudes, man. Like you gotta pick the female characters. Like promote the game. Let them know that you can pick females too.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be the black dude because that's what I am.
That's like playing Tomb Raider as a dude.
And my name says Black Panther. I can't be that and then be a woman. That makes no
But you could be Pink Panther.
That's not my name.
All right, everybody's here.
I believe so.
Yeah, all right then.
Yeah, we in here.
Let's try this one more time.
Mic
I
off.
know we got this, guys. We got this. All right, I'm okay. So this is gonna be more of a my FPS. No, you know what? I bet you it could just be my game too. Let me lower.
AD is down here. What is it looking like?
Mic on.
God.
You don't want to see mine. It's bad. Don't look.
I don't even know how to check mine.
It's more like DK.
I'm just playing, bro. Mine's not good either, but that's because I do a lot of stupid stuff. Like I be running around trying to quick scope people and stuff. Like
Yeah, I be trying to be Superman up in this motherfucker. I like playing aggressive. Gets me
man,
killed.
mine's .99.
It's provocative, right?
I don't even know what mine is. I don't even know how to check that shit. I just play,
Oh, it's
kick it.
.63, bro.
Yeah, that sounds like a good number.
I looked at it. I was like, what the heck are you doing?
Running around, fucking around.
And your highest kill streak is 8. I wonder what mine is. I don't know.
I have a positive KD in a playlist. Wow, look at me go.
Ooh, my highest kill streak is 18. That's right. I was close to getting the nuke.
Yeah,
I remember that day.
I don't get that much because I get reckless, man. Once I start seeing blood, man, I start running faster.
No, see, but that's when you get in the zone, bro, and you just light people up. That's how you get 18 kills in a row.
Yeah, I get 8 and then I get too freaky with it. Then I get killed.
But nah, I did that on Shoot House though. I was everywhere they were at. They couldn't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Mic off.
Alright.
That 8 kill streak.
Oh, okay. Magic, you never added us, bro.
Have you played
I got no friend requests from you, dude.
You talking about that one where everybody's fucking like clusterfuck?
I finally got Damascus.
Yeah.
I can just chill.
Yeah, that's just fucking crazy, bro.
It is, but if you get it right, bro, I went 42 and 6 on there.
Yeah, I went 0-46.
You
Yeah, Thomas. Yeah.
I got a couple.
But-
Kills.
Yeah.
Somebody, come on.
Yeah, I killed a couple people. I got my death rate.
Let's go.
Yeah, I can't get it.
Did he ever add you, Jay? Because I don't think he had anybody. I think Thomas is pulling an arm and a leg.
I said my death
He's like a
rate-
shark, taking nibble chunks at us.
Cyber attack.
Pull the tricks. Oh God, what am I gonna do?
On two at the same time. Like, some people are serious.
I like killing time.
EMP.
Hey, you
Defend
took
the
my
data
kill.
center.
Oh, how did I not kill you that time?
I got whoever this is.
Gotcha. Give me that bomb. What are you doing with that thing?
Carry EMP. Target the data center.
No fucking way you just turned on me like that,
Where?
bro.
Where?
Center. Probably fucking
Hey, you got
bathrooms.
He really trying. Oh no! I can hear him.
What the fuck?
It's down to you. Get it done.
They got a modern remote.
Come on up there. You know you want to.
Yeah, I'm about to say I see it right there.
We
What?
lost that one. Step it up.
Outta here. No
Why
way
couldn't
in
I be
hell.
playing like
This
this?
game is
No
rigged,
way.
bro. I'm telling you,
I don't
this
know.
game is just rigged.
Matter.
You should have been. You were way too close to get
Yeah, probably.
And look at where all the
I'm
shots.
not-
That's fucking bullshit.
Cyber attack.
Wow, that's super nerfed. Holy crap.
Yeah, he had a juggernaut outfit.
Bro, I shot both bullets in him.
Bro, he got
Secure the EMP.
Mic off.
Wow, I shot both
Find the
Enemy
bullets.
now you do everything sawed off, put a forge tech grip on it.
There's a kid right here.
Damn, my
He
footsteps
sees me.
loud as
I'm
fuck.
pushing around.
Whose dead body is that? What the fuck?
Mic on.
One in the water.
That's why my death ratio is better than my kill ratio.
Oh my god, dude, dead ass.
It's down to you. Get it done.
That's why I be dying, bro. That's exactly what I'm doing. I couldn't do this teabag. That's what
Yo,
I
if
did.
that shotgun fucking I'm out of it, sorry.
Reload, reload. What are you doing? You scared me, bro.
I'm also scared.
Oh, you know they coming in there.
Hey, you got a claymore right there. So.
Yeah.
Somebody coming down the vent.
Don't fall for that. They trying to bait you
Yeah,
out.
they're trying to bait you.
Dang.
We lost that
You gotta hit that
one.
first
Step
one.
it up.
Use a buckshot.
But look at chaos. Man. What you doing, bro?
Fucking
He in the middle of leaderboards with no kills.
No kills.
Mic off.
That's crazy.
Cyber attack.
He got
What's up, Lil J? I'm gonna get the queues open for you guys. Hold
I
on.
don't know what to fucking use right now. Like, do I put the MP5?
Lil J, I didn't know you played this Call of Duty, bro. I thought you just kind of. This is Jay that I used to play Modern Warfare on mobile a lot, right?
Say it, though. What are you doing?
Device secured. Understood, Dagger 2 on the...
I hear you, bro. You gotta kill that. That's all that matters. Nah, I can't say nothing.
Jumping on crates.
We run the EMP. Defend it.
How the hell I get a kill if I'm all the way to the
Ready to deploy.
There was a dude up there on the fucking crate.
I'm fucking scared. He's about to go defuse bomb.
Dang it, man.
Use
Start
Black
our
Panther.
device. Get
Revive
it
me.
back.
I screwed up. No, and yes, sir. Yeah, they did add a zombie. I haven't really been on there in a while. Just the bots just kind of killed it for me, you know? Like the bots, like I know you play rank for real players, but I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Cyber
This
attack.
dude over here celebrating.
All right, let me see if we got some space. I think there's only 5 of us.
You can get a good mic.
I wish I'd have known that before I spent all the
Yeah. We might have room for like one. One.
I spent like 160 and then whatever the
Protection plan or something?
warranty on it.
Yeah, all that stuff like super.
No, oh my god.
All right, here we go. Nice and easy.
Device secured.
I got the bomb at least.
Oh, this dude across. Oh,
Mic on.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
Wow.
You're the last one, Tovarish. Finish the job. Wow.
Oh, you got red people. Look at some revives. This looks like a repeat of what happened last time. They're coming from. Oh.
Put it behind you.
You guys all in the open.
How about this? I can just be on medic duty. If I catch somebody, I catch somebody.
Yeah. Well, I know early on, Chaos, you had somebody dead right by you. You should have just revived real quick.
We are
I tried, but I got sniped.
smack, bro.
Well, hackers, right, dude, it's crazy, bro.
I don't know how to play this fucking map, dude.
I hate this fucking
That's my
map.
problem. No matter what
I
I
hate
do,
this.
like,
Figure
I'm
it
fucking
out.
yoked.
Secure the device.
Yeah.
It's not
Mic
fucking
on.
running.
You know what it is? This was the beta map, that's why.
I mean, it's not bad. I don't know.
Yeah, it worked out a little bit. You're a fucking pussy, bro. On fucking containers, as always. You got fucking skits in.
Oh, you got worked. Christ. Oh, and it lagged.
Oh my God, man. Sitting there with the...
Damn. Skits, what you doing, bro?
We got to kick him out.
Skits.
He AFK. He's AFK.
Mic on.
Oh, he might still be loading.
Come on, Skits, what you doing, bro?
Bro, I wish there was a way. They should do a thing for Call of Duty where you can like petition to take control over the player and choose who can control the player. You know.
You gotta be on Mixer for that. Let the viewers control your character.
You know what I'm saying?
Hostile has the EMP. Defend the data center.
I would nominate one of us top 3.
There we go.
Fall back, soldier. Fight another day.
That's horrible.
Turn on my keyboard real quick.
No scope. Well, I mean, it wasn't moving, so. Damn. I'm doing bad, man. I don't know what the fuck going on, man.
I mean, you're telling me.
I usually
Oh,
don't
shoot.
do this bad. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
You're getting matched with the pros now. That's what it is.
Nah, that shit don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
Why you always lying?
Oh Lord, please don't. That song about to get stuck in my head, bro.
Dude, I don't know where it came from, but it's been stuck in my head all day. Like, it's bad.
Oh my God.
Chaos. Jay wants to know if you can invite him.
Jay?
Yeah, he said he's on.
What you mean? Well, we're gonna have to kick Skits out then, cause he ain't playing.
Well, wait, there's only 5 of us anyway, right? Wait, where's Skits?
Invite him. Invite Jay.
I don't know his name.
Skits is AFK.
I don't either.
Hold on.
No, I isn't.
Oh,
Bro, now you wanna come back?
I was trying to buy a mic.
How's it going? How's it going? Oh, we at Shoe House, man. There's no way in hell we should lose this one, man.
RPGs and shotguns. That's it.
Shit.
Wait, OG Young Tip, is that Jay?
I don't know.
I think that's Jay.
Cyber attack.
Alright, well, if he's in here, he's in here.
Oh, is that you, Jay?
That song really is stuck in my head now.
There he is. Yeah. Yeah, he's in game. I'm talking in game chat. Yeah, Jay, we'll pick you up next round. Yeah, he just joined our game. We're good. That sucks. You guys are on Xbox. You can only chat in one chat at a time. Right.
They don't know how to do it. All they know how to do.
That's how you do it. Okay, what happened? Woo!
If you guys keep playing like this, I better start. Can I'm like checking my corners, I'm mounting. There's like fucking 4 people dead already.
Mic off.
Oh, Jay, you're on Xbox, right? Or you're on PlayStation?
Alright, yeah. Let's see how I do when I play like that. You guys ready for this?
Oh, we got this. Don't worry.
Damn, we got me.
Oh my God, I'm about to kill myself.
Right, defend the data center.
Oh, yo, you fuck at him.
Mic off.
How many lives that dude?
Oh, God.
Mic on.
Yeah, this map is like a nuke town. It's gonna be crazy.
Left with my my container.
Mic off.
Okay.
Take a breath. We're going back in.
Alright, let's go, man. Fuck all this scoping and sniping shit, man.
I might change my class. I'm using the M4
me too.
right now, but I might switch to my PP19 and shotgun.
Mic on.
Fuck
Switching
pass,
sides.
man. Shit.
Nah, I just got
I was
mine
thinking the
lost.
same thing earlier, and then and at the same time, I was like, I don't know. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let you be like, I ain't gonna ask no question.
Oh yeah, they're hard scoping.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm stuck.
Like it.
Oh shit, there's somebody right behind you. I didn't even notice.
Just run through the riot shield.
I was right behind you.
Freaking.
What the fuck? As soon as I get up, I get killed.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's go.
No, you good, you good. There you go, there you go.
Tip. You talking about TI?
Oh, he's right there, Tim.
Oh my gosh.
This round's off. Stay sharp for the next one.
Okay.
My heart's racing.
Hey, you did good though, shit. Damn, back to back. Okay, Trix.
Yeah, I'm like Drake right now, bro. I'm back to back.
Yo, I like how she said she would be at the bottom of leaderboards. Now she's at the top.
All right, well, you got to start from the bottom, but now you're here.
Live.
Yeah, you gotta start
Hey.
Five
somewhere.
location confirmed. Get
Start from the bottom down here. Come on.
Oh, how the
We don't
fuck,
make,
bro?
we don't make the grassy references.
This dude is scoping like a motherfucker, bro.
Friendly UAV overhead. Enemy UAV overhead.
Watch it.
Was that a knife or a gunfight? Honestly, dude, I have no idea what that was right now. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. What?
We can't hear us. Yeah, in the party yet.
Black Panther, you got 200 left. You got this. Oh, wait, what the? What was that?
The dude just lagged behind you.
Dude, yeah, he just like teleported. Let's watch his kill cam.
What was that?
Oh, he fucking hopscotched you. How you gonna catch that?
No way in hell. Dude look like he teleported behind you.
It's like your spirit flew from your body.
He started playing fucking double dutch with you.
Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. I blame Young Geo Tip. Come on, bro. We got this, man. Let's go.
Get moving.
Alright.
I'm going straight for the fucking...
Damn.
Mic on.
Skits, what happened up there, bro? Yeah, we got... There you go, Diddles.
There's another one back.
Oh, 2v2.
Nah, both of y'all don't need to go up there. That don't make no sense.
Yeah, they're gonna be watching a bomb.
I'm saying if y'all both go up there. Yeah, get that revive right there.
Alright, we gotta get Pink Panther up, guys. We got this.
I'm about to buy. I'm about to buy. I'm about to go to Best Buy and buy.
There's one on top. Be careful on top.
All lines.
Oh, shoot.
Get back online. Move.
Yo, you just scared the fuck out of me.
Hostile at the EMP.
You ain't worried about hostiles out here, bro.
No, you fucking faggot. Are you kidding
You in
me?
junkyard? You in
Put the
junkyard?
fucking shotgun down. Yeah, he's in junkyard.
Hey, he trying to lag again.
This round's off.
Lag.
Stay sharp for the
Watch
next
how his
one.
body moved when I was trying to shoot him. He like jumped sideways. Of course, he'll show it on the screen. Man, get out of here. I hate that.
Alright, man, I'm fucking around too much, man.
Dedicated servers.
You look stupid.
Yeah, right. He's like, but I saw, sir, you're hallucinating. You need to get some rest. Take the day off.
Device location confirmed. Get moving.
I told you not to step in that house. Now you got the grudge.
Got one Kevin back. Right?
How did it happen? Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable, man. You hate that thing when you're next to your teammate and they just keep bumping into you. It is annoying. Ouch. Oh, I know you saw the light, but don't go for the light.
Yeah, I know, man.
Chaos.
Yikes.
I literally don't know what the fuck is going on in my game. Fucking doing. This is the worst I've ever fucking did.
Bro, you got 0 kills again.
This is horrible.
See, Chaos, this is what happens when you play with a crew, bro. When you play solo, it's easy to be top. But when you got a team, bro, everybody's fighting for that first place.
Are there kids in our
I'm dead. Oh!
Yeah.
Let's get the revives. Whoever's this up here with me. I'll get you guys. Don't worry.
Around with the riot shoot. I'm scared, bro. I'm going for it. If I die, I'll tell you where they at. Junkyard. There's one more.
He's right over there. I just saw him.
I feel like I hear
Enemy UAV overhead.
Damn, I'm getting scared, man.
Dang it.
No, you good, man. Play your game, bro.
I'm a team player, though, man. You know me. I got 2 revives.
Play. Defend the data center.
I can't believe it. It is literally the worst I've ever fucking did.
on the floor.
Yeah.
Yo,
The
I'm
hell?
lagging again.
Yeah, you are, bro. I'm watching your screen. You are lagging, bro. You're like moonwalking on us again. Yahoo!
Personal radar in the air.
Even your aim is lag. Oh, you hear him? Nice. Yeah, they're reviving the others.
Device is ours. Get into the data center.
Nice. Oh, the clutch!
How's it feel?
Work them. Work them kids. What was that? 1, 3, 4? Still smack them kids. Get out of here.
Dude, what the heck? He threw it. He got mad. He threw his hand out. He's like, no! Like, not fair!
Get this.
He was aiming for something. He saw you. He freaked out. Freak out!
Even if he'd have stuck me, I still would have killed him, so it's all good.
Oh, gosh.
I'm pulling out the play mode. I've had it.
Enemy care package inbound.
Ooh, yo, he fucking tried it.
Allied cruise missile away.
One's coming up.
Oh, there's a kid sniping in his spawn.
That's
Outstanding. I expect nothing
Get
less.
salty, nigga.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Chaos got some kills. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being trash, bro.
Let's go.
It lets other people take you out.
Right. Puff, pass. That's all I'm saying.
Alright. Give me 1 second. I gotta get Jay back in here. Where the heck is he, bro? His name is so confused. Oh, he's on PlayStation. That's why. I got him. I invited him.
You probably ain't gonna
Yeah.
be on a
Nah. Yeah. Yeah, Jay, they're in an Xbox party. Yeah, they're all on Xbox, bro. Yeah, they can't. You can't. I don't think they can switch back and forth the game chat or not. I don't know.
I mean, we can just go to game chat.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. They're coming to game chat. Hold on. All right. Yeah, that's cool. Whatever. Well, it don't matter. I can do both, but it's up to you guys. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, because he does live stream. My cousin does live streaming and shit. What y'all want to do? Y'all want to go to game chat or what? Is that
I'm not opposed to it. I don't really care.
Hey, teamwork makes the dream work.
All right, let's go to game chat then.
Let's get it.
That's a good response.
There we go.
You ain't gotta leave the party, bro.
Shut the fuck up, don't talk to me.
Oh wait, we found a gamer girl. Look, David, Danny.
Oh my god.
Wait.
Fuck in here.
I got this, guys. Come on. Oh gosh. Let me get this party chat thing off.
You got kicked on the other team. Is everyone here?
Yep. Copy that. Yep, loud and clear. Over.
Cyber attack. EMP marked.
All right, guys, let's go. We gotta hold it down. We have to hold it down.
Buying myself an Xbox One.
What'd you get, boy? What'd you get, boy? Come at me.
Xbox. Oh, hey, sorry. Nigga,
All in the cave, careful. Nice job. Nice job, guys. Here we go. Teamwork makes the teamwork. Very true, Jay. Very true, man. Very true indeed. Let's hold it down. Let's keep it. All right. Let's go. Yeah.
Y'all be playing this Cyber Chase?
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, we play a lot of cyber, bro. Cyberbully, cyber chat, cyber attack.
I didn't even know you had an Xbox.
Holy shoot. Yeah.
I saw him, man. I was trying to get out of the way. Hey, Trix, if you aim down straight down that way.
I got you, bro.
Where's the other one at? There was only one over here by the house. You left, Trix. Yeah, I got that one already.
Wow, Jay, you got me killed. Whoever opened that door. Oh no, keep your heads up in your ass. Hey, keep your head down and your ass up. I love it. Absolutely. That's crazy, man.
My fault, yeah. I can smack this kid. I already saw where he was at now. He's camping back behind where B-Bomb will be. Oh, god dang it, we didn't get it. Well, get that round. On to the next.
No, we didn't do it, guys. We didn't do it. We didn't do it.
Switching sides.
You're fired!
Cyber attack.
Yeah.
Are they all got accents?
I'm so confused. I know. I think we're playing with like British people or some shit.
Device marked.
All right, guys, hold it down. Let's go. I gotta try to give me a good spot here. You know what I'm gonna do? Bomb is right there. Wow! Up top, careful. Told you, fired! Fired! Ugh. I can't believe this.
He's up on top of the building.
I can't believe it.
Up top, there's one up top, and then they revive. Go over there, bro. Don't be scared. Go get it. Go get it. Smack down. Okay, now it's 2v4, so that's probably not good. What's he using? Oh, he was using he might was using scope. You gotta take off scavengers, man. Everybody here.
Y'all gotta let me hear this game.
Whatever that sound was, you get the bullets. I got one by me. They have the enemy. Get moving.
Damn, how many bullets is this motherfucker?
Have the enemy.
Up top. Got it. I ain't know where he was at. Right there to your right.
Less than a minute.
Damn, Trix.
Ah, dang it. It was laggy? Yeah, I do see it. Ooh, that looks nasty. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do?